certain things in the matchup that you have to understand in order to realize what game plan you need to be going for. But when both players are kind of equal on resources, equal on board, that's when it kind of gets messy, where you have to learn when to be just greedy enough to have those big explosive turns post Brukan, but just, aggressive enough to actually complete your quest fast enough so that your opponent's not playing Brukan much earlier than you and you don't get to have those explosive turns.
Just wondering, is No Hands unveiling a painting later, perhaps?
Hey, man. At least he has a green screen, right?
This is true.
It doesn't have to be the most beautiful green screen in the world. He has one. Now mine is pristine.
Yours has changed colour. You were all green when you went over to Europe, and now you're all blue. It's very confusing to me.
It's amazing. We have the technology.
Ooh, we really do.
We're a tiny toys away from glory for No Hands.
Glory's more likely to do it, though. That's why he's the world champion.
Yep, because he won the world championship playing Tiny Toys and Revolve.
Imagine.
Ooh,
and you would actually have a great chance because you are Mr. 5-drop.
Big fan of 5-drops.
Mr. 5-drop. Yeah. You're known for the 5-drops. Maybe it's your year, TJ. Alright, No Hands. Both players reticent to commit to the board. That's why we're seeing lots of hero powers going on.
Mm-hmm.
Going to take a while.
It's actually kind of funny. Like, Nalguidan has a perpetual flame, and shamans usually don't make boards super early in the game that have more than 3 health, right? It's just their 3-drop techs. Oh, that has a lot of health.
Dual minion. That's got more than 3.
Solid amount of health. Funnily enough, it also has more than 6 for the Canal Slugger. Canal Slugger can answer every other 3-drop in the game, I believe.
And it even has more than 9, which is Canal Slugger and any of the other shaman spells, because shamans operate in 3s. I don't know if you knew that, but they do. So
wait,
awkward.
Can it answer every other 3-drop in the game?
Must be.
I'll look through.
Yeah, me too.
Ignore the cast. That has 6, so it would still answer that.
What does that do?
After this minion attacks, give your beast +1/+1. Goody 2 shields has a divine shield, so technically wouldn't answer it.
Fair.
A corrupted fairground fool has 7 health.
What does that do? I've never heard of this card.
It's just a 3-mana 4/3 that has corrupt, gain +4 health.
Okay. Oh, Lord Barov, it deals with it, but it doesn't like it.
Yeah, because it's 1 for 1.
Deloa, speak.
Imprisoned
Water Moccasin,
Celestial.
if it's the... Oh, yeah, because it's dormant. Yep, can't deal with that. Water Moccasin, because it has stealth.
Cool.
I mean, I'm like halfway through the classes right now.
I'm just catching you up now. I just got to Water Moccasin, so, this is good. We're not duplicating anything. We are paying massive attention to the game that we're casting. No, I think...
Devouring Ectoplasm deals with it, but leaves a death rattle behind.
Okay.
Humongous Razor Leaf. It doesn't deal with it, but it can't attack, so...
Who cares? Yeah. Good point.
So who cares?
Oh, Injured Blade Master. A genuine, not cheated version of the card.
Yep. Mini-Mage, Stealth. Stone Skin Basilisk, Divine Shield.
That's an absolute,
the Terror Guard Escapee, there you go. That's really the only one that I was thinking of, that I was like, there's got to be one more. Yeah, Terror Guard Escapee, it's a 3/7, wouldn't be answered by Canal Slugger. Boom! We got all
Blade Master's a 4/7, so yeah.
All right, here we go. We have the game happening, though.
There's a thing happening. There's a minion happening. Charge calls are happening. Okay, cool. The Hearthstone has begun.
Whew. So Nalguidan has become the aggressor.
Yeah, and now we'll commentate on this rather than play Hearthstone.com, the broadcast.
I wonder.
Still curious as to how much he'll go for this, like how much he'll try and press this advantage, because it's not that threatening, to be fair. Because, yeah, No Hands is just going to do this, unload all the stuff he's not been using for a couple of turns, and now the game is back to level again.
Oh, another note taker. Go note taker charge call again.
Got to be tempting. But he's getting behind on quest doing this. He's still on 0 out of 3 on part 2.
Yeah. Alternatively, could go note taker lightning bolt,
Oh my glory.
and then that would at least complete part 2.
Were you going to zap it as well along the way?
Yeah, because that would
Okay.
be the way you needed to complete part 2.
Replicator!
No, you didn't.
Where he's taking the value trade and not the spell damage off. He's 1/3 of the way to stirring the stones. But he has used up, well, he's kind of used up a charge call, but he kind of hasn't all at once.
Yeah, this is actually still the first charge call. He still has one in his deck. Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I wonder.
No Hand's trying to do this efficiently. He hasn't got a problem with what's going on. He's got a problem with making what's going on look good.
Yeah, he could just go Canal Slogger and then take a trade.
I can see why he doesn't want to, though. He's giving up on the lifesteal, which could be pretty relevant later. He knows there's another charge call, also relevant. And he has the opportunity to just feral spirit and chill. So I can see why he doesn't want to do this. It's not the most fun set of trades, but nothing else looked better in the end. The feral spirits will hold off what he can see. I don't know. I think Nalguidan's getting a little bit in front here.
You just ship it all, right? Obviously, he doesn't have a perpetual flame because I feel like he would have used it on the turn where he lightning bolted.
I'd rather have a
So you
7.
play all of this stuff in a charge call. You get a 7 cost. Okay, he gets a 6 cost.
I'd have gone for the 7 for sure here, but okay. Smug Senior is like advanced fishy flyer. Wants the board presence, doesn't have to spend mana on it, but tight call that, right?
Yeah.
5/7 for lots of mana when you have got lots of mana, or a 3/4 for 0. It's quite close. Huh.
Okay, well,
That didn't help.
I mean, it took a good chunk of power off the board.
3, 2, 4. Okay, sure. 4 or 5. Well, no more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And what else is it going to be used, right?
I'm curious what he's saving the note taker for. Sure, we'll find out.
Yeah. Something value-oriented.
Maybe his own charged calls, given that Nalguidan's kind of got a charged call advantage in this game.
Yeah. That has 30 health. This Perpetual Flame's going to swing a lot back, but Nalguidan is one overload card away from quest completion.
The thing is, yeah, it's okay saying your spells double twice, but he hasn't got any cards. This kind of has to get there, and I don't think it will.
Ooh, blue.
Okay, but No Hands has also got no cards now. I think you have to note take a flame here.
Yeah, if you no taker flames, it's a guaranteed clear.
Oh, where is he on the quest? Can he bloom into Brukan afterwards?
No, I think he's 1 into the second portion.
Eat that.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's good. Yeah, he gets Brukan. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of Nalguidan's previous turn. He does bloom in Brukan. So then he could just go...
Yeah, do the thing and Brukan.
Yeah.
And get the thing back. And you can see from his reaction, yeah, this is a good turn for No Hands because he's ahead on board, he's got a card coming into his hand, which will counter half of Nalguidan's decks, half of his potential top decks, and 9 attack on board.
0
10.
mana to be used next turn, though.
It's a cool game. You can trade it.
Ooh, Slogger's reasonable.
It's okay. It'll keep him going for a
He can
while.
get his Brukan next turn. He could value trade over the Diligent Note Taker. Because No Hands can't do anything next turn. He's overloaded fully. He played 2 Lightning Blooms and a Perpetual Flame that hit 6 times. I mean, that'll be a good card for when he can play it. So now we've both players have emptied their hands completely, and we'll have 7/7s on board.
Oh my. They're just both shaking their head every time. It's like, nope, noodles, more noodles. Absolute noodles.
So it's just a top deck war from this point on. The first player to hit Instructor Fireheart wins the game.
And there's very little... Yeah, that's a fair point. There's very little between the two decks as well. Nalguidan got into this position by using extra charge calls, but he got them by using his Diligent Note Taker, so he's not short. It really is just a top deck war. But No Hands is starting with a slightly better board and a Dungeoneer.
Yeah. Looking for a charged call is probably the best. Perpetual Flame.
Why do I find it so funny? Because I'm not an unpleasant person. Don't answer that.
He can clear off the 7/7 here with Perpetual Flame.
Do you even bother? I guess you do bother in case your opponent Perpetual Flames you, so yeah. But not only do Shamans deal in 3s, but all their minions have 3 health, so in the mirror it just matches up perfectly. No, why did No Hands tap there, by the way? Yeah, he's not happy about it himself, because if he pulls a decent minion himself, now he can't play it.
Yeah, I also think...
I mean, hero power, tap.
I also think that he should have just taken the risk that the Perpetual Flame would have not hit the Taunt Totem, because he could have pushed 7 damage if it had hit the Taunt Totem at any point in the sequence, and he only would have overloaded for 1 more.
Oh. Like a mini punish now. He's actually a trade in the 7/1, deciding to make some space. Okay. Sure.
I mean, what else is he gonna do?
I don't know. Just don't know anymore. Now he's trying to hit a healing totem or something, I'm not even sure.
Guidance! Oh!
It's now guidance!
Wait. Those aren't good. Wait a second. Those aren't good either.
That's absolute trash.
Actually, Totemic Reflection on a healing totem is not bad.
The best card, yeah.
And he could Wind Fury it.
Flying totems.
I think he wants to trade the Overdraft first. He's got infinite mana.
All these...
Looking for Discover. Okay, Steward of Scrolls. Steward of Scrolls.
Oh my. I mean, if he goes long enough, he'll find a card that's good. They're both still over 25 health. This is pretty silly.
I don't think he needs to, like, go all out here. I think he can just get away with Totemic Reflection, not have to use Lightning Bloom here, save the Steward of Scrolls for next turn. Yeah, I like this plus Wind Fury.
Wait.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, it really is.
Given the Wind Fury first, because then all of the totems would have had Wind Fury.
Mm-hmm.
But
because it's a reflection, it copies them.
Okay.
Alright, No Hands turn to guidance. At least it's playing fair.
I think he
Lightning
okay.
storm
He
clears
smiled.
the board.
I think he realized. Oh no, he smiled because he picked up guidance the turn after he picked up guidance. Okay.
Tiny toys, but he's using his revolve. That's unfortunate for us. But Lightning Storm just clears.
Yeah, Lightning Storm clears, so Nalguidan won't be punished for his haste.
But No Hands does know there's 2 cards that Nalguidan didn't play, those stewards. So maybe he'll hold the Lightning Storm here. He's going for some toys.
He's just trading off all his minions because he wants more room.
Always little time.
Look at these toys. Alright. Yep, making space for the new wave.
Oh, Mazaki! The Mazaki Raz interaction.
Charming composition.
All right, that's sick.
Yep, yep. And his own toys are too slow. He can carve some runes.
Yeah, but like this tiny toys was actually sick from No Hands.
It
He also
really
got a
was.
Burning Blade Acolyte, which has a massive thing behind it.
As in, it's a 1/1 that becomes a 2/2 that then becomes a 5/8 or something.
He can tiny toys himself and try and hit Raz himself because he already has.
Hasn't got the mana. Oh, he has. He's got the bloom.
Yeah. If he hits Raz, this is really good. Didn't. In fact, his are much worse, but at least he can kill off the 2 problematic ones from the other side.
Well, yeah. Well, there's 3 problematic ones, of course. There's so many. Yeah, that's the other 3rd one. He needs to get rid of this too. Now he's okay.
Yeah, he is overloaded for a good amount next turn. But so is No Hands. He only has 4 mana to work with. Oh, Overdraft!
Okay, now he has 10 mana to work with.
And that's Serpentine Portal is 6, and then Overdraft would be 8. That's 14 plus 6 on board, 20.
Wonder.
You're counting lethal?
Fury 22.
22.
It's almost lethal. It's very close to lethal.
There might be cards for outs here, but I'm not going to go through them all.
Yeah, but you have to draw with it, and that gets rid of 8 damage. That's 8 damage if I counted it correctly.
There you did.
8!
Of course you did. Plus 0.
Yeah, Overdraft does nothing on the second hit.
Runic carvings will clear some stuff up as well.
Always little time.
He's going to win Fear. So he does have board space for runic carvings.
He would have though if he did some trading.
Well, I mean, he needs 8 board space.
Okay, well, he would do if he hacked the client.
Yeah.
He gets his 5/8, could have set up a Wind Fury on that maybe, but if it's there, he wins anyway, probably. Fire Heart, but no mana. So you need to Fire Heart into Over.
Passive. Or guidance for Bloom. Lane?
Sure.
Just throw it out there. There's 7
Yeah.
plus 6. There's 13 damage on board, so he's dead if he doesn't clear something.
How does he order this?
He just rips it.
I think he has to put 1. Yeah, I think he has to do this. Now he rips it.
All right.
Oof.
Torrent.
Why would anybody die?
Ooh, charge call. All right.
Okay. So
He's alive.
get through to next turn. He's in a good spot unless No Hands gets his own charge call. They're both low on cards now.
Oh, guidance. Oh, my
Course
God.
it
That's
is.
lethal every time.
Charge call. Vivid Spores.
Oh.
Tidal Surge. Murlocs. I mean, nobody likes Murlocs, but Apart from that, the other things are all good.
Those aren't Scrapyard Colossus.
They don't look like it, do they?
That
is, though.
Of my wings.
But now Nalguidan's going to have to come over the top. The running game is over. He's only got the passing game left.
He's got vivid spores.
Yeah.
Hing!
Yep. He can only pass from here on in. Got to stop the clock. This needs to be a turn. He's used his Fire Heart. Just have his own charge, cool, but what would it be that even prolonged the game? I can't think of anything. I mean, I guess he'd get his own Colossi. There it is. But his haven't got 2 more Colossuses inside them.
And that'll do it. Battle Surge, trade over Scrapyard, 15 damage goes face. Actually, there's any number of ways.
Can you count the ways?
Still. Yeah, alright.
1-0.
I'm really sorry. This matchup is hilarious.
Really is.
Like there's some pan outs where there's so much, and there was nuance to that. I don't want to take it away from No Hands or Nalguidan in that situation. I think that, you know, going about those turns, like even though he's double lightning storming, killing off his own board, making room for the tiny toys for most value, good plays, right? Pushing face when necessary to put the pressure. But holy moly, when both players just jam Brukan with an empty hand, it is silly. It is a silly matchup. So, I don't know.
You know what we need next, if it comes up, would be a Fell Demon Hunter mirror, because that would take away from the silliness. That would really put us back on the normal.
Well, at least they're not just opening boxes at the end of the game. And like I said, it's not always this kind of pan out. Like, it's not always they have empty hands. But when they have empty hands and like the first card off the top post Brukan for both players is a guidance, it just gets ridiculous. So
you get the flashbacks to the old priest mirrors there, except it's obviously quite a lot quicker. Yeah. Boxes on boxes. Fell Demon Hunter for NoHandsGamer. He's playing the incredible build. Do you prefer this or do you prefer the OTK build? I think there's not that much in it and it's personal taste, but I'm curious.
They're the same.
That's honestly how I see it. It's like the OTK, you get an extra 18 or so out of your OTK, out of your Il'gynoth. The Zai the Incredible, you get about an extra 18 out of your Zai the Incredible. One's not quite as good. Zai's a bit harder to set up. The OTK's maybe a little bit more versatile.
They're both situational. They're both difficult to set up. They both add about the same amount of damage if you can set them up perfectly. Like, I
love
they're the same.
My job at the moment involves getting TJ to say they're the same thing as many different ways as possible over the course of several weeks.
Yeah.
I'll get you off that fence one day. But, I do. On this occasion, I completely agree with you. There's so little in it. They do almost exactly the same thing. Right. See how it wants to interact with this Shaman deck. There's going to be less sort of top decking involved, but in terms of the actual unfolding of the game, both players are going to find it very hard to stick a board for a long time again. And then it's going to be a race to see suddenly, like you said, somebody will just suddenly win. There'll be a huge Jace with a Shaman low enough on health, or there'll be a huge charged call that the Demon Hunter can't deal with.
So, time out for a second. This is actually a really cool play by No Hands. Normally, you would just jam a Sigil on one, because that's what players do.
Yes.
No Hands went with Illidari Studies on one because he had a dumpable left side of his hand. So if he hits Skull in that position, it's very easy to get it over to far left. Whereas if he had played Sigil on that turn, he may not, because he doesn't know what his next 2 draws are going to be.
Got you.
So that's a really cool pivot by No Hands, and not a play that we see from a lot of players with Sigil in the opening hand to just jam studies on one. Obviously, he pivoted because he didn't hit Skull, did hit Spectral Sight, and could coin it out. So the pivot makes sense as well, but cool little spot. Nice job, No Hands. I assumed that was his plan, because if it wasn't, then why? But
he is really good at the finicky details of decks in general. He's very good at those little things. That's why he's one of the best players we have.
He's a bona fide gamer. He just games,
Some people just game. Do you game, TJ?
I mean, yes.
There you go. TJ and No Hands.
But it doesn't work if you just... Some people game. You can't say, No Hands just game. Doesn't make sense. He would have to... He games in that situation.
Uh-huh.
What is that? The past participle? I don't know.
Oh, don't ask me about English. I wasn't born there. I'm one of you guys now.
America.
That's me. America Neil.
Never picked up a textbook in my goddamn life.
Past participle. Is that something to do with particle physics? Who knows?
Yeah.
Demons.
Oh, Neil. Put the molecule down.
Yeah.
Step away from the nucleus.
Yeah, I'm just neutroning the whole thing, to be honest. I'm not going to get committed.
Alright, we got a hard.
Anyway, this quirky game is still continuing, and No Hands not doing a lot, just getting his fell spell played, ready to jace them later. Spending his mana, which I know we talk about that a lot, but in this particular deck, spending your mana is really important because you want to get your spells played into the jace pool as efficiently as possible before you jace.
It's such a funny deck. Like, when in doubt, just ship everything to the face. Like that's like your default. If you have a big board and can't ship everything to the face, then Arcanist Immolation Aura it away, and then proceed to ship everything to the face. And you probably get there,
Yep. Well, you get sort of about 15 off each jace, and you get 2 jaces. So you do pretty much get that.
Did you just make up that 15 number, or have you actually broken it down?
I haven't broken it down. It's just it comes to about 15 very often.
It's just an instinctual 15. You're like, yeah, that sounds like it's about 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But how many do you think it is? Are you breaking it down, or what would you say? Your experience of fell Demon Hunter?
It entirely depends. If you're playing,
it depends on which cards you've
probably
casted.
not 15 unless you've dealt 15 damage up until that point. Could be 6.
Why do I do this?
Could be 6. Could be
it could be 0.
It could be 20, 25. It could be.
Like if you put it in Brute Demon Hunter and just play it on curve, then there won't be any extra cards played.
I grow impatient.
So you're right, but it's usually about 15.
All right. We'll settle on 15. I'll agree with that. About 15. All right. 2 more turns until No Hands can deal 15.
I mean, he might do 13 and then 17. That's possible. That's also 30. 15 was just convenient, TJ, okay? It was convenient. It helped me. It made the point clear. Now everyone's confused and wonders why we're here. But they've learned about Hadron Colliders, so they're okay.
Yep. All right, so no hands. Trying not to waste the healing, but also trying not to be too liberal with the immolation aura. So uses the Fell Scream Blast, which is limited to just 3 minions. The immolation aura could be, wider board clear. He also wanted to get the Talented Arcanist out that turn because he's trying to empty the hand for the skull on the left. And Fury and Chaos Leech are easily dumpable next turn. He's hoping that Nalguidan deals damage and plays a minion. Whoa, look at that! Serpentine Portal does it in a single card.
Efficiently did what No Hands wanted him to. However, Nalguidan's plan is quite simple at this point. Complete the quest, play the Instructor. Obviously, along the way, he would like to get the charge call, but his hand sort of speaks for itself right now. He needs to turbo through this quest, because he will just lose to 2 lots of 15 from Jace if he's not careful. So he needs to get on with it, and Instructor seems to be the way the game is telling him to play. Collection of spider tanks. No Hands has a lot of damage accumulating here.
Yeah.
I grow
This
impatient.
Turn looks like it's probably Fury, Chaos Leech, Hero Power.
There's the Fury.
Oh, nope, he wants to get a Moarg down instead.
Saving the Hero Power. Yep.
Yeah.
And now he gains 9 instead of 5, so that works. The Moarg is not long though for this world.
Nope. I like the trade and then Chaos Leech because it kept something off the board to not give Nalguidan a target for Perpetual Flame. But he wanted the extra healing, the extra damage from the Chaos Leech. Extra damage didn't matter, extra healing, one and the same.
And
all right.
This is what we've been talking about, or what TJ's been talking about in between comments about particle physics. Here we go. It's skull time. Don't need to be the son of a rocket scientist to work this one out.
Nice. Mediocre. Nice.
Okay, we'll go with a nice.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I think he can hold.
Sure.
You had to know when to hold him.
Uh-huh.
Know when to fold him.
Do you know when to walk away, though, TJ? Do you know when to walk away?
I know when to run.
You got any money to count?
When I'm sitting.
Don't worry, we time to count it later.
Alright, the quest can be completed this turn. Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
Hold
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Alright, it's not lethal.
Wow. Okay, how could it have been lethal? I'm intrigued to know why that thought was even possible.
Bloom.
Okay.
Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
Brucon.
Okay.
Enter.
But then there was Overdraft, which, yeah.
Yeah, if he could, Bloom, and then Lightning Bolt, and then Brucon, then Serpentine Portal, then Overdraft, that would have been a lot of damage.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
5 plus 3 plus 6, which is 14 plus 8, 22. It was
that's instructive.
Damage, but he would have needed 1 more damage.
The fact that your alarm bells were going off as, hey, this could be lethal, it's like, it wasn't on my radar, and suddenly, okay, technically I was right not to have it on my radar, but 22 is worth counting.
Yeah, not 1 more damage, sorry, 1 more mana. He would have needed 1 more mana, and he could have dealt, I believe that was 22. But now we're looking at, maybe not lethal, but could be close to it for Nalguidan next turn. He could start the turn with Overdraft, which will give him then 8 mana crystals back, and then an Instructor Fireheart with 5 mana crystals. So a 5-mana Instructor Fireheart, you know, you pick up like 2 burn cards at all in that period, and you're cruising.
Talking of cruising, though, No Hands now has both parts of the 2-part deck, which is 2 cards, Jace and Zai, and he's going to go through everything else here and set up his own really good situation.
Yeah. No Hand's going to heal to full, most likely, and just pretty much cast everything, right? This is Talented Arcanist, then Fellscream Blast, then
He'll try and
Fury, Chaos Strike, it's everything. Just dump it all.
He'll keep something on the right for Zai, maybe? No, he won't, because he draws a card next turn anyway, I guess.
Yeah. He actually doesn't have to Fury this turn. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I guess not. Oh! Infinite mana!
Infinite open.
You gotta go! He
Yeah.
wants to overload as much as humanly possible before he plays this overdraft. But he also has to remember how many mana crystals he has.
Yep.
Right?
Guidance, sloggers, tanks.
Dunk Tank. So now he guidances and then overdrafts, and that would give him 4 mana?
I don't
Wait, what? Alright, so he
So some of those are new.
I don't know! Some of those are new! What the heck? Okay.
Right, don't count, just point. No.
He's just gonna stop?
Don't stop.
No, he
No.
stops.
He stopped. Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
He just stopped. He could have gone on for like ever there.
It did feel like there was a lot of damage there, like a metric lot.
But at the same time, if he doesn't actually kill No Hands that turn, maybe it
No
just
Hands
gets
heals back
all
to 30?
healed back up. Yeah.
So he stopped to stop. No, he knows No Hands is going to likely pop off about now. Would rather get the kill in than let No Hands just heal up a million. That's fair. Alright, he's going to Zai into stuff. Now, what happens here? It doesn't work like normal. Instead of putting the both on the right, you get one on the left, one on the right. It's amusing.
I thought it was they both go on the left.
No, it puts one on the left and one on the right. It's the strangest thing.
Oh, okay.
You see now, look, there's 2 Chasers on the left and 2 Fells on the right. It's incredible. That's why he's called Zai the Incredible.
Can he fatigue him? Nah.
He's got a lot of damage again.
He's just gonna die.
Overdraft for 6.
And then charge calls.
Sure.
Yeah. Because this will put stuff in the way for potential like fell barrages.
Oh, Colossus is really irritating as well. Because you can't stop the Colossus from getting killed if you're No Hands.
He's got 2 Jaces.
These Jaces are going to do more than 15, I think. I might have been inaccurate.
The face, though? Let's see. Very easy to count because he's at 30.
Yeah, but he's going to be on 37, isn't he? Oh no, it's fine. Just watching the cards. Stop there! No!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! There it is.
A lot.
Yep.
Told you 17 and 13 was an option. Pretty sure.
All right, he knows there's
Right,
a
what can
second
Nalguidan
one.
do?
He can double Novice Zapper Tidal Wave, and then he would die.
He can also Slogger to go to 19.
And then die.
And then die because the barrage would do 4. The barrage.
Yeah, he dies. That's the...
No. I need you to be creative, TJ. How does he not die? Can he tidal wave his own minions? Is there any way he can...
Oh, wait. Yeah. He can Canal Slogger, then Molten Blast the Canal Slogger, play both Novice Zappers, and then concede.
That works. Is there any other ways he can concede?
For my glory.
I'm just going to keep asking stupid questions as long as you give stupid answers. This might go on a long time.
He's going to go to 30, but I think No Hands has 30. There were how many Fell Barrages that hit minions? So he dealt 17 to face, and then how many Fell Barrages hit minions? 3?
I mean, it's a lot.
Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, yeah, he's dead, because now he's going to play another Fell Barrage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 32 damage with the hero power. Because his weapon had 17 attack last turn.
It did, yes.
So it's going to have 17 attack last turn. Plus, there's going to be 3 Fell Barrages that all go face.
Which is 12.
Which is an extra 12. Oh, no, then he could play another Fell Barrage, which is an extra 8. Because he plays it first and then plays
20
it second.
plus 17, 37 plus hero power, 38. We settled?
38 damage. Just
Final answer.
ship it.
Final answer. 38.
Yeah.
You want to phone a friend? Or ask the audience? Oh, I wouldn't ask this audience, but you could.
Am I wrong here?
I think you're right.
Because he gets to Fell Barrage first. How does it go wrong?
Maybe he's got Fell Barrage still. No, we've seen Fell Barrage already, right?
We've seen at least 2.
No littering.
And he would cast a Fell Barrage and would also recast the Fell Barrage. That was at least 30 damage.
Maybe we're doing something...
Because now... the damage doesn't change. Oh, no, he had a weapon equipped last turn, so that's an extra 2. So it was 15 damage on the weapon. So if there was 1 less Fell Barrage than I was thinking, then that's 34 minus the weapon. I think it's still lethal.
Well, we're going to find out because nothing changed.
Now there's going to be charge calls in the way.
I'm confused.
I'm very confused. Am I wrong?
You might be. Maybe we're counting too many things that were cast by... No, you're not wrong. Did he copy? What did he copy apart from Jace?
A Fell Barrage.
So he's had 3 Fell Barrages, if that's correct.
Now he's had 3, so he had 2. Okay, so let's assume his weapon had 15 points of damage. Okay, weapon had 15 points of damage, and plus 2 Fell Barrages. Okay, which is 8. So that's 23. He would have cast the second Fell Barrage before playing Jace, so that's 27. And then because he had cast that, the Jace would then recast the Fell Barrage again. That's 31.
29. Plus, even if it's 29, which I think it might be, it's hero.
Okay, even if it's 29, then you have the hero power, which is 30.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And now
Pretty
the
sure
Fell
you're right.
Barrages are hitting minions, so now he's not going to get there.
I told you the weapon would do 17 and 13, by the way, TJ.
I yield.
Oh, so I know what we're doing wrong. So he must
What
have
are we
played
doing
the Chaos Strike on the weapon before, giving 4 of that 17 that we hadn't allowed for already. So it must have only actually been like 11 or something actual buffs.
But he had played 2
counting?
Chaos Strikes. He had played 2 Chaos Strikes that game regardless. It doesn't matter if we're counting that because that just goes into the damage pool for the second Jace. Right?
But if he did, we were going with last time it was 17, so this time it'd be 17. But this time it was only 13.
Okay, so let's count the actual damage. He starts from 0, right?
Okay, 0.
No, I think you might be right. Yeah.
It must be that. There must be a Chaos Strike last time that we didn't account for on the same turn as the Jace, which we counted twice instead of once, or 3 times instead of twice, or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. We're wrong, as usual. I knew we were wrong because we're always wrong.
But
No Hands just doesn't make mistakes like that.
Yeah, we're getting more creative in our wrongness, though.
Because even if we account for the maximum damage that he could have possibly done, it's not 30, right?
Is it not?
Okay, so he cast 2 rank 3, or no, 1 rank 3 Fury and 1 rank 4 Fury. Right?
Okay.
Or 1 rank 2, 1 rank 3, whatever.
Yep.
So that's 7.
Yes.
Double Chaos Strike, that's 11.
11.
And then triple Fell Barrage.
Triple Barrage is 12, that's 23.
And then 24. So max damage that turn would have been 24.
Right. Cool. Next case.
Yeah.
Garrot Rogue.
Solved it.
We can't get this one wrong. No one ever makes mistakes with this deck, so we're good.
Wait.
Carry on. Checking the deck list myself as well, just to chip in.
No, that's true. That's correct.
Okay.
And I'm looking.
And NoHands probably knows that number because he's worked it out before the broadcast.
Yeah, but it can change based off like which cards you copy, but he copied a Fell Barrage.
Mm-hmm.
The Illidari studies, but the Fell cards that you can get from Illidari studies aren't dealing damage. They're dealing damage to minions. Yeah, he had it correct.
Right, what could go wrong? Tempo Rogue versus Garrot Rogue. The only difference really being that the Tempo Rogue is slower. But, head-to-head, the Tempo Rogue can sometimes just go super wide and force the Garrot Rogue to use a lot of resources dealing with the board before it gets a field contact, and then just mow them down before they can actually start comboing.
Yeah. But they both do the same thing for most of the game.
Yes. In playtesting, we didn't playtest this a huge number of times. The Tempo Rogue did feel like it had an edge, which is weird because everybody's gut instinct was that the Garrot Rogue would have an edge.
Well, it's that weird mid-game point, right, where the payoff for the Cult Neophytes, for the Garrot Rogue, is to just draw faster. Where the payoff for the Cult Neophyte for the Tempo Rogue, it also has the benefit of just making bigger stuff faster with Jandis.
Care to make a wager?
And the consistency of draw is the same in both decks, right? Because they're both playing, the same package of draw cards. It's just that you have access to bigger stuff earlier, and sometimes that can be the difference maker. I'm still real
quick
last game, man.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I watched. Yeah, I just went back and watched it, and while we was talking, and I do think that it was 25 damage that he had with a hero power after casting Fell Barrage. So
if you know, and you're in chat right now on YouTube, let us know.
and we'll know in 20 minutes.
and we'll tell you later. Thank you very much for your polite feedback. We appreciate it.
So, just going to make an official statement here. No Hands did the best he could.
Give me that. Not what I
That sounds like so patronizing. I don't think you mean it that way. It's like
it's not. No, it's not a patronizing statement. Like
it's patronizing the deck, not No Hands.
He dumped all his Fell stuff and copied the Jace and played his first Jace relative or faster as soon as he could copy it, and his second one after he had played literally every Fell spell, and he didn't get there. Like, what else can you ask of him?
Would you like to pat the deck on the head as well at the same time? It's like, oh, well done, deck. You know, you only had 25 damage.
The deck did what it could. Yeah.
You tried, deck. You tried.
Like, can you play around a Brewcond double Novice Zapper Tidal Wave? No, you're not. Right? Mm-hmm. So, good job, No Hands. You did the correct thing. You didn't miss lethal. Claps. I don't know. We'll move on.
Meanwhile, he's using the secret passage to really slow down Nalguidan, in theory, with the neophyte, although obviously there aren't that many cards that are useful, just the brain freeze for a large part. But no Shadow Step shenanigans this turn would be available. And he's trying to go wide because he does have access to cards like Mankrik, Kazaka's Jandis. In fact, I've basically played this without the Tenwu and without the Alex. As a Garrot deck, it's very interesting that you can go that way.
Oh, wait. He's not supposed to be doing that. No Hands is supposed to be doing that.
Uh-huh.
He got Divine Shield, summon a copy. However, this is not going to be a board that he can play Divine Shield, summon a copy into.
No, because he will just lose to Wideboard Gamer.
No Hands just games, man. Just games.
Yeah, he games for a living.
Yeah.
He games, he saw, he kicked some ass.
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
I didn't say it. You imagined it.
Yes. I do tend to imagine things from time to time. You're correct. Wait.
So, now it's gone.
No, I was going to segue that into moving on. He's just going to clear some stuff off the board. I like this. Match tempo with tempo. Try and get his Golem down next turn. Maybe some Neophytes to protect it. Maybe a Flame Strike if the board goes wide. I keep forgetting who's playing which deck.
No Hands
I
is
see like bigger stuff in one and then a pen flip in the other, but No Hands is the tempo. Got to remember that.
He has Mankrik, which is going to help all this, and Vanessa is also usually a giveaway, although Casey did bring Vanessa anyway. So, and I've tested the Vanessa build, and it's pretty cool, especially on ladder where you don't run into quite so much slower stuff, and you do run into a bit more aggro. Vanessa's kind of good against like Hunter in particular. Just combo into her really early and get her Hunter spell, and yeah, good things happen.
Well put.
Thank you. I tried.
And you succeeded. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Who would dare do that? It's way past the point where anyone's actually going to do that now.
Like
they've done it years ago.
I feel like on today's cast, I don't know if it's because I cast a match of Europe, but I've just been burned so many times that I just I'm shy with my analysis. I called a lethal that wasn't there in Dread-Eye's game, and I convinced you to go along with it. And then I called a lethal that wasn't there in No Hands game, and I convinced you to go along with it.
No, the No Hands one I got wrong with you. I used the same faulty logic that he'll have the same weapon this time. That's where we both fell down.
Yeah.
Which isn't the worst logic when you're a caster and you're trying to analyze both sides at once, to be fair.
And the triple up on the Chaos Strike, yeah.
So I don't blame you for the second one. The first one, I absolutely went along with you, and I'm taking none of the blame. But
I mean, if you say it with enough confidence... I mean, I could say anything with enough confidence. I could just say right now, ooh, No Hands setting up for the 2-turn lethal right
but now Nalguidan's going to kill him, TJ. He's going to Flame Strike and play the Octobot, and then he's going to proc the Octobot with a Neophyte, play the Golems down, and rush in with lethal. You can't stop that.
I'm convinced.
See?
You got me.
It's easy done. Right. I was going to say, let's be serious for a minute, but we seem to find that difficult, so let's not. No Hands has got an incredibly cheap hand here with which to effectively go off. Remember, he is not the combo deck, but he is the very aggressive tempo rogue deck, and he is going to flood the board here. And with that Fire Sale, if he can save the 3 mana for that, which I think he can, he's going to have a monster of a time. That being said, Nalguidan has the Flame Strike available, and it's only one neophyte being played by the look of things.
I don't know about that. Looks like a second one's going to be played. Not a third one.
He still needs to actually do the fire sale, right? Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't.
I think Nalguidan's going to be forced to have to make trades next turn, but maybe I'm wrong.
Right. So he has managed to hold on to not only a semblance of the board and freeze things up, but also, even if he does get Flame Striked here, just reloads everything back onto the board next turn.
Yeah.
Nalguidan is aware of this. Like, you look at the hand, you go, oh yeah, I'm just going to Flame Strike all this lot, and then you realise what's going to happen to you if that's what the play you make. And it's not pretty, but he has no other play, because his hand is an Octobot he can't prop, a Neophyte that is barely going to make a dent in a 9-card hand, and a preparation that costs 1. Like, what else is he supposed to do?
Nothing.
And now NoHands needs to go.
Secret passage.
NoHands needs to be a bit careful. He's down to 6 cards in his deck, so he does need to... I think he's trying to work out if there's a lethal here, but this might not be the right time to get a precise lethal. He just needs to do all the things, get the commands in, and end the turn with a massive board, and that'll be the end of the game. He's very, very unlikely to get comboed from a 3-card hand here, especially having played a Neophyte for another turn. He seems to be playing a lot of Neophytes, which makes a lot of sense.
He didn't hit the man crick, which is certainly unfortunate. Wait, what?
Choose soon. So many options.
Did he burn the man crick? Am I crazy?
I don't think so. I guess he had a lot of burn in hand here, but his turn didn't seem to go anywhere. He's concentrating more on keeping the combo completely locked down with this recurring Neophyte, but...
Okay. Oh, there's still 4 cards left in deck. Okay, so the man crick is still in there. It's Kazakus, Foxy Fraud, Prize Plunder, and man crick.
He has 8 points of damage available from the Alex at will. He has the stabs to turn after for lethal. So he's just trying to keep it under control with the Neophytes.
Potion of Illusion!
I've done this mistake. Not always a mistake, but your 1/1 Octobot can't be given spell damage. Trust me, I've tried.
So
Oh, yeah.
many
Well, right now he can't even cast the Potion of Illusion, right? Because 2 Neophytes are played last turn?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, only 1 Neophyte was... Wait, what? Why is
Yeah, but you can't play the things that come from it, right?
There was 2. Yeah. I think he wouldn't be able to play it. He's going to Devolving Missiles, I guess, and hit him. And what else can he do? Answer is nothing.
Yep. And he's down to 2 cards now. Like, NoHands aware what he's doing here. Right now, he just needs to make a plan. I feel like he probably had a plan because he hasn't been doing much, but his hand is kind of... It's huge, but it actually isn't much of a reload like I was maintaining.
Well, he can...
Of course.
Jandis, Tenwu Jandis.
Is that not a better setup, though? To do with stabs? Because they go to 6 next turn.
Well, he can just clear the board, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Looks like that's the way he's going to go with it. Got the Mana Biscuit for picking off this. You can Jandis with that as well. And still play a Neophyte again. He's been definitely keen on making sure he keeps playing Neophytes.
Oh yeah. Then he just plays the Penflinger this turn. He's got Alexstrasza, Mana Biscuit, Wicked Set next turn from 14.
Yep.
And then he's going to play the Cold Neophyte. So yep, that was his plan. Wise. No need to play Jandis Tenwu, just take as much damage off the board. Nalguidan just never drew... He didn't draw a Swindle, a Secret Passage, or a Field Contact the entire game.
Yeah. I mean, his best turn involved a Flame Strike.
Yeah.
And nothing else. It was a Flame Strike. That was the turn. Because he just didn't draw into stuff. And that's pretty unlucky. I'm going to have a very quick look at his build just to make sure there's nothing that sort of means he deserves to be unlucky in there. But I don't think there is. I think it's a pretty standard build.
Yep.
Standard, one Foxy, completely standard. The most standard version there is with no Penflingers and a bunch of obvious stuff. Yeah. So nothing weird going on there. Double Shroud. If you play Shroudless builds, which is a thing that can happen, sometimes you don't draw enough stuff. But yeah, I think he just missed everything, which is just unfortunate. And No Hands kept it all under control. He made sure to keep near fighting. That was the way he approached this matchup, which is what made it seem like it took a bit longer than maybe it needed to. But that's easy when we can see that Nalguidan's hand is near fight prep. But if his hand is field man and Secret Passage, it's an entirely different situation. So we knew that, and No Hands didn't. So he just kept it under control, lets out a sigh, and takes a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I like that game from No Hands, honestly. Like the plan towards the end there, not getting distracted by everything that was going on in his hand, like his ability to build big boards. Just keeping the boards under control and making sure that Nalguidan couldn't have any miracle turns by sprinkling his Cult Neophytes in over like the past 3 or 4 turns, right? Just making sure that it was like essentially a 100% locked up win, that even if Nalguidan had managed to get like the card draw cards, right, he wouldn't be able to piece together a turn where he just killed him because there was Cold Neophytes being played along the way. So well done. Now we move on. Nalguidan still has to win with his Fell Demon Hunter and the Garrote Rogue. And for No Hands, it is just the
Demon Hunter, I believe.
Oh, the Demon Hunter. Yeah. Oh, Fell Demon Hunter Mirror. Oh, jeez. Here we go.
We got this. So the thing to remember is Nalguidan is playing the Il'gynoth version, and No Hands is playing the Zai version. The Il'gynoth version is somewhat easier to calculate. The Zai version, obviously, isn't. So we've already decided earlier on that there's basically nothing in it here. And it's a race, right? Because no one's going to stick a minion. There's no point even like throwing a Moarg out there in case it sticks. Of course, spoilers, it won't. We're going to see people spend mana efficiently, play fell spells efficiently, and try and get their Jace down. Basically.
Actually, and sometimes we're going to see players spend fell spells inefficiently. In fact, throughout many points in this game, players are going to use spells inefficiently just to play spells and get them out of their hand.
That's a good point, yeah.
You are not prepared.
Okay. 1 to the face, 29 to go. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good talk, Neil. I was going to say, can Zai copy itself? That's where I've got to in the thinking of this deck. Well done, me.
It can, though, can it? No, it can't. Never mind.
Only if you get another one somehow.
Yeah. But
somebody make that deck.
If you only have one card in hand and you play Zai, it'll copy it twice.
Because it is the left and the right hand card.
It is the leftmost card and the rightmost card. It works the same as Kurtrus, where if there's only one minion on the board, Kurtrus will attack it twice.
So you can get 3 Jaces and do 15 exactly 3 times.
Oh, wait a second. No, never mind. It's like, is that the play? You literally have to get through your entire deck.
Yeah, and then not die.
Every card in your deck, and then Zai, and then double Jace while you're taking fatigue, and even more fatigue because Chaos Drake draws cards.
Yeah.
But
we'll put
I
that one on
like
the
this.
back
I like
burner.
this thought exercise, Neil. This is good.
I'd like to try and keep you on your toes, keep the brain wrinkling.
My brain is wrinkled so many times today. Oh my goodness.
But now is the time it all gets sorted out.
Can I just cast Gabby again? Because then I know that all his praise are right.
So you're stuck with me. Okay. Unlucky. Nalguidan. They're both doing the obvious things, just rocketing through the decks. No hands. The obvious play, obviously, is to just get another fail spell, but he's looking for a more efficient way, maybe, to protect his Moarg.
I don't know what's good, but I know what's fun. And that's when I can Talented Arcanist and Fel Barrage my opponent. No minute. I know that's
a lot
fun.
of damage.
Yeah. But it would have been difficult in that situation. He would have had to attack face Immolation Aura away his Moarg and then Talented Arcanist Fel Barrage.
Well,
Which
no
would have been fun.
has a skull problem right now as well. Can't really skull from the left unless he wants to do it twice.
I grow impatient.
But I think he's trying to skull from the right in the future, but not anytime soon. But I think he's fiddling around with the right-hand cards in such a manner as to eventually skull from that side. If he draws Jace in the meantimes, then yeah, accident will have occurred.
Meanwhile, Nalguidan's just quietly piecing together the OTK.
Yeah.
He's got the OTK hand right now. Equip all Jockey Warblades. Fury, Fury, Chaos Strike, Talented Arcanist, Fel Barrage. It's 20 damage.
That is some damage. Still chipping away from the right-hand side. Nalguidan picks up a Moarg, which, again, adding to TJ's theory that Nalguidan's deck is being drawn in such a way as to OTK. He doesn't want to play any of these cards. It's quite amusing right now. I think Chaos Strike will get played because of that, so he can get another card and make a better decision.
What, so Chaos Strike, Hero Power, and then equip all Jockey Warblades after? Oh. Okay, this is fine. At least one of those damages go to face.
Okay.
I did the thing again where I counted Chaos Strike twice for some reason, and that play that I mentioned last turn was just 18 damage, not 20 damage.
Cool. Good
But
talk.
it would have only cost him what, like 5 mana if he equips the Jockey. So 2 from Jockey Warblades, 6 from the Furies. That's 8. 2 from the Chaos Strike, and then 8 from the Fel Barrage. Yeah, it's 18.
18.
Unless he waited until turn 10, then it'd be 20. But he could do more. Okay,
So he's the incredible
Jace.
Because Jace has turned up, so now he gets 2 Jaces, and he also gets to start shifting that skull away to the left.
I see.
He may not even need it, but I think he'll want to draw a bit more. He still has 18 cards left. He still has a bunch of Fel things that haven't been played. So he's going to have to time the Jace carefully, because he'll die if he messes around too long. But obviously you want to get at least some value out of your Jace.
Demons. Demons.
Nalguidan just kind of killing time almost. I feel like he should play this Chaos Strike to move along. I understand what he's doing from what you've explained and the damage, but as he isn't getting the opportunity to do much, I feel like the Chaos Strike will be played soon, but he's managed to spend all of his mana and do things without burning it, so that makes sense to wait, because if Il'gynoth's on the top, then he does get that chunky damage we've been talking about.
Yeah, well, if Il'gynoth's on the top, he would have wanted to play the Eldrazi Warblades already, because that would be a lethal setup, because it doubles the damage from whatever weapon cards you're playing, which at this point would be 10 doubled.
There is a Viper, though, in No Hand's list.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Okay, that changes things. So yeah, he doesn't actually want to play the Dothraki Warblades unless he has the second one or unless he knows that he's attacking with it.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense.
That explains his reticence to go in. Nohan's making decisions here. He's decided he's going to go for the skull next turn while he's gaming away.
I wonder what my opponent is trying to do.
Yeah, like he's just done. Plays a minion and blows it up immediately, and he's not a mage. What could be happening? Now we will see Warblades.
Oh, yeah, Spectral Sight. Draw. Ooh, a skull. Oh, no. It got blocked.
It did.
Dothraki Warblades. Jam up a sigil. Hero power. Smack.
Yeah, this damage has just been adding up, like, pretty quickly. I know, obviously, numbers add up. That's kind of... I understand that part. But he's done a lot of damage in nothings.
A skull from that side! Oh!
Warlock.
Threw him off completely! Uh-oh. Wait a second.
Okay. I'm waiting, I'm waiting.
Never mind. Never mind. I mean,
so
Il'gynoth draw off the top for Nalguidan would be lethal unless no hands like Chaos Strikes into... No, he wouldn't even have anything. Yeah, he can copy the Moarg, but he can't actually get any healing. All right, opening for Nalguidan here.
Yep. I mean, he's got...
Jace would also be lethal too. There's 2 Fell Barrages. He'd get a Fury plus another Fury, which would be 8 plus 8. 16? Yeah.
Yep.
Skull. Velgorger, that ain't it.
Velgorger might be okay, though, because he gets him to the skull. It's not lethal, though. This should cost 0. Boom.
Yep.
Now he skulls, and with only 10 cards left in his deck, this will set up next turn lethal, like, almost certainly. It didn't, obviously.
Nope.
Although he has
Not
3
even
0
close.
costs and a skull on the right of his hand, so, you know, gets to redo next turn.
Yeah, but the card off the top is, on average, going to be pretty expensive with Chaos Leech, Metamorphosis, Il'gynoth, and Jace still left in the deck. This is... I felt like that was his opening, because No Hands' setup just feels better, right?
It feels slower, though. But yes,
So
it does
this
feel
is...
better.
If he casts Jace now, this would be 1 rank 2 Fury, 2 Chaos Strikes, 1 Fell Barrage, 2 Immolation Auras, 1 Chaos Leech.
I grow impatient.
Doesn't do that much, huh?
Yeah, you've really got to get that. I mean, this is what we talked about, the Il'gynoth or the Zai, right? They're both there to do the final damage, whether it's another Jace for, like I always call it 15, because it's just the easiest way to picture it. Yeah, that's your 2 Jaces, or your OTK, but the problem is Jace costs 8 each time, plus the 5 from Zai. It's really slow, whereas Nalguidan, you can see his hand, he's just ready to win the game next turn on a variety of different draws.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Because No Hands is going to heal up for quite a bit. Only goes with 1 Fury. That's interesting. But the Furies have ticked over. Okay, Spectral Sight, sure. Is Il'gynoth still lethal?
Il'gynoth, Moarg.
No,
Arcanist,
not Il'gynoth
Elspeth.
Moarg. Il'gynoth Fury.
Okay.
That's 20. Chaos Leech is plus Fell Screen Blast. Chaos Leech hero power. That's lethal.
26.
Or Talented Arcanist Chaos Leech. Yeah, it's lethal.
With that.
Whoo! He got there.
2. Fiddly games, fiddly shaman games, fiddly mage games, fiddly games.
He didn't even need the Talented Architect at the end. He only needed the Chaos Leech because it was 3, and he was at 3. But, whew, all right. I mean, oh, jeez. It's just like they do nothing for like 5 minutes, and then boom, somebody play a skull. Oh, wow, those cards are really good. That's a lot of damage. Oh, it's lethal.
And now we're going to have Demon Hunter versus Nalguidan's Rogue. And we've seen the Rogues do all sorts of things, even with no opponent at times, let alone when there's actually somebody put in front of them. So all kinds of things could go on in this last one game to see who gets into tomorrow's semi-final. And the numbers tend to say that the Fel does better, but in Grandmasters, the Fel's not been doing very well against the Rogue. And honestly, I feel, having played the Rogue quite a bit, that the Rogue's just favoured in that matchup myself as well.
Yeah, the Rogue just seems to go a little bit faster, and they're actually putting minions in the way, so like you're not just getting Fel Barrages to face and early Furies for lethal damage. So I'm a fan of the Rogue as well. If you don't draw your field contacts, though.
I mean, he drew nothing last game. He drew like 12 cards of nothing, which is basically impossible. No Hands just took his time. Yeah, you've got to draw a field contact. There's so many ways of drawing that field contact. And I'd like to actually look at that game again at some point and just see how Nalguidan drew nothing, because he just had a prep and a neophyte in his hand for what felt like the entire game. But he'll want to forget that. He'll just go back to a normal hand here. And it is a race. There's too much removal in No Hand's deck for Nalguidan to really win on board, although the chip damage can be valuable if you can get a little bit to stick. There's too much removal on healing, and really No Hands can't put much pressure on because there's enough removal in the Rogue deck in the form of Plunderers.
Yeah. Fel Demon Hunter really doesn't like decks that deal 30 in a single turn, because it invalidates many cards from their deck. Many.
One of the things that we always say about Rogue is incredibly relevant in this game, though, is that it can't heal up. So all the bits and pieces that the Demon Hunter does, the early Fel Barrage, the early Chaos Strikes, whatever, it's there, it sticks, it makes the Jace more powerful and more likely to kill. There's no taunt in the Rogue deck either. You do slowly tick down from 30 towards 0, so there is a clock. The Rogue doesn't have infinite time.
There's Kazakus. That could be a taunt.
Yeah, Kazakus is actually really good in this deck. He can do so many versatile things.
You can get taunt, you can get healing, you can get poison, you can just get a 1-mana battle cry.
Yeah, the spell damage sometimes bails you out.
You can pick a 10.
You pick a 10 and bounce it back to your hand. Alright, field contact secured. Octobot secured. Way to activate the Octobot secured. Nalguidan is ready to go.
No Hands. Zai secured. Skull of Gul'dan on the left. Oh, not secured this turn, but yeah, nearly.
So what we're saying is the objectives are getting secured on both sides, and we're going to see a good old-fashioned slobber knocker.
That's right.
Very interested to see how Nalguidan chooses to use the Shadow Step in this one. It's the hardest card to use in this deck a lot of the time because there's so many good targets. Field Contact and Octobot are 2 of those good targets, but he'll probably hold on to it. I think he's just going to proc the bot and go nutty with a Field Contact next turn and maybe bounce the Field Contact or the Octo at the end of that turn. It's not quite as good as it looks because Org Merchants are another bounce target. You can't burn them out. You need 2 of those to do the full 32 points of combo damage. No Hands showing what he thinks of this, though. Not worried about picking off the minions on the board. They're going to vanish soon enough. Just that sticky damage. It's 3 more down the way. Down the way? 3 more done. Better word.
Whoa. Whoa.
That was very excitable for 3 points of damage.
Well, it's just that he's just drawing further through his deck. Finds a second field contact. Everything's just cheap and powerful.
And Shadow Steppy.
Shadow Step.
What he did last turn, like delaying everything, will be because he doesn't want to waste this or have to use this Shadow Step on the Org Merchants. He'd much rather have normal cards that aren't part of the combo, just to draw him through, than have to use the Org Merchants. And so he gets to preserve the Shadow Step, because a lot of the time, if you've got an extra Shadow Step at the end, it just wins. Frozen would have loved to have an extra Shadow Step at the end yesterday for multiple reasons.
Quiet. Give me that. Not what I want.
I want to brain freeze one of my own minions to keep this going. Yeah.
Brain
again.
freeze something.
Brain freeze the one that's got 1 health. This makes sense in case you want to, for some reason, Org Merchant these later to give spell damage, but these shouldn't be around.
He's got double Shadow Step and double 0 mana at their Aug Merchants.
Yeah.
He can get rid of 1. Let's all agree here. Are we all in agreement?
Shadow Step. What are we Shadow Stepping?
Sure.
I'm in agreement.
Contact.
Nalguidan's in agreement. No Hands looks sad, so he's in agreement too. We're agreed. How much damage can No Hands do on this turn is a relevant factor here. I'd like to see him weapon up and push some damage. Do you want to trade as well to get a new card, maybe?
I don't know from this point.
Nalguidan's declared his intention to go for it.
Talented Arcanist, Fell Barrage, Aldraki Warblades, and push as much damage as possible.
Yeah.
Holy moly, it's
A
10.
lot of damage.
Boom!
Time grows short.
That's a 9. Nalguidan kind of needs to do it this turn.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's possible, but
It's quiet. Too quiet.
That's an upgrade. Probably.
We got to go.
needs an Octobot immediately, I think. I think if he was going to do it this turn, he needed an Octobot, but if he's not going to do it this turn, he's going to die quite often.
Ho! Ho! Holy moly! It's
Yeah,
the
he's
double
panicking.
field contact turn.
He's panicking. He's at it. He's going for it. He's got the Shadow Step, so
For my discretion.
He needs second prep.
there's a lot of panic in this particular turn. He needs to put one of the Garots into the deck, I think.
Yeah, he
I hope
does.
the ordering works out.
So he needs an... Wait, does he even have another prep in the deck? Let me do a quick check real quick. He does have another prep in the deck, so he needs to hit another prep, like, right now. He actually needs to Wand Thief and hit prep.
Now he's lost all his spell damage, almost certainly. Okay.
Wait. He can get the Adaro Aug Merchant. He hit the second prep.
Okay.
He roped out, so he didn't get the lethal.
How close he got. 4 cards were left there. And he sends out the well played. He knows he's dead, but is he? I'm not sure he is.
I mean, he used everything. No hands.
I mean, he's lost, but is he dead? He might get the disappointment that he's not dead. Did he get it off?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage currently.
This is what I thought happened. Okay. But
I mean, he didn't have enough damage in the deck because he didn't prep out the second growth.
Oh.
The Swindle.
No Hands picks up the Arcanist to get a big heal off. Otherwise, actually, Nalguidan could still win.
Wait, how
Right?
does he get a big heal? What does he heal with?
Oh, it's immolation. Sorry, my bad.
Demons.
I mean, Nalguidan has literally no ways to draw the bleeds from his deck.
No, but he just has cards. Like, he has to do 9 damage if there's no healing on No Hand's side.
He hit the Fury. It's still 1 damage off, but he heals up enough to be out of range of anything.
And there's
Range of a hero power.
he's got fatigue as well. So
Oh yeah,
that would
1
be
point of
lethal.
fatigue. Yep, he got him.
I do like this.
So Nalguidan thought he needed to go off that turn, which I agree with. Right? If you see that much damage going at your face, and you're like, he was dead to. I mean, he wasn't dead to that many things, right? It would have to have been. He was on 7 mana, so it had to have been a discounted Jace, if I'm not mistaken. Which there was there one discounted card in the hand? I don't know, but I don't. There was a few things that he died to there, so I think Nalguidan was just like, okay, I gotta go. I don't have 2 turns to set this up. I need to go now, and he got close. If the Wand Thief had drawn the prep initially, he could have prep Garrote, and then Shadow Step.
Yep.
Play the Aetherial Aug Merchant or Wand Thief, whatever, and then pray. Right? Then he would have had +2 spell damage with 6 bleeds in the deck, and would have needed to draw 4 of them. Which is not that likely, but it's possible. But instead went with 1 Garrote, Swindle, decked himself, and was still 9 damage short.
Yeah, the Octobot also turned up late to the party. I mean, he knew full well, and he went really quickly. He knew exactly what he was doing. He went really quickly. He knew full well that he probably wasn't going to get there. And I thought he's obviously worked really hard on the deck, because getting as close as he did, actually getting through his deck, forgetting the fact he's trying to kill his opponent, is impressive in its own right in that position, with only 6 or 7 mana. 7 mana.
Yeah.
So
There's
he had it all
in
down.